Hello students, welcome all for today's session. In this topic, you are going to learn about the welding process of open corner joint on mild steel sheet 2 mm thick in flat 1F position using gas metal arc welding GMAW process.
At the end of this topic, you will be able to cut the MS sheet as per size 150 mm length, 50 mm width and 2 mm thickness. Set the corner joint flat and tack weld the job. Deposit the root run. Inspect for surface defects on the weld. Let's see the tools required for the welding process. Steel rule, ball peen hammer, half round file, tri-square, tongs, chipping hammer, steel wire brush, personal safety equipment, key and spanner, helmet type screen, angle grinder, gas regulator with flow meter, CO2 gas heater, shielding gas hoses, welding power source, wire feeders, supply of electrode wire, welding gun, shielding gas cylinder. We will now examine the pre-welding preparations for open corner joint on an MS sheet 2 mm thick in flat position using gas metal arc welding process. Wear protective clothing. Cut the mild steel sheet as per size 150 mm length, 50 mm width and 2 mm thickness. Clean the surface of the sheets by carbon steel wire brush and filing. Set both plates in the shape of a corner joint at 90 degrees in flat position. Set the root gap to 1.5 mm. Connect the torch and adjust the current to 90 to 100 amps. Corresponding wire feeding rate 3 to 4 meter per minute. Set arc voltage as manufacturer specification. Use 0.8 mm dia, copper coated, mild steel filler wire. Corner joint tack weld on both ends and at the proper spacing. Check the corner joint alignment for 90-degree angle with a tri-square. Let us now look at how to do the welding process for an open corner joint on an MS sheet 2 mm thick in flat position using gas metal arc welding process. Keep the tack welded job in flat position on the welding table. The gun is held perpendicular to the joint at an angle of 5 to 15 degrees forward to the direction of travel. Deposit the root run in the joint by forming a keyhole. Use weaving technique for the deposition of weld bead. Ensure the edges of the plate are not melted off due to excessive weaving. Deposit the second run if needed. The torch movement at the edge of the top sheet of the corner joint should be regulated to avoid melting the edge. The torch has to be paused when reaching the end of the weld. Finally, if a crater forms, it must be appropriately filled with filler metal. Maintain a uniform travel speed for the torch to get the required bead reinforcement, height, and appearance. Use the anti-spatter spray as and when the torch nozzle gets clogged with weld spatters. Uneven flow of CO2 gas can cause air contamination and porosity. Clean the bead with a steel wire brush. Inspect the welded joint for any surface defects. There are some important points to be followed for open corner joint on an MS sheet 2 mm thick in flat position using the GMAW process. Maintain a uniform travel speed for the torch to get the required bead appearance. Ensure good leg length and even fusion of blades. Let us inspect the open corner joint now. Spatters. Blowholes. Uneven bead formation. Distortion. Porosity. Edge of the plate melted off.
Recap. Let us do a quick recap of what you have learned from this topic. Cutting the MS sheet as per size 150 mm length, 50 mm width and 2 mm thickness. Set the corner joint and tack weld the job. Deposit the root run in flat position. Inspect for surface defects on the weld. Thank you, students. Let us now meet in the next session. Bye-bye.